Chapter 3: Elements, Compounds and Mixtures. In previous classes, students were informed about the classification of matter into elements, compounds and mixtures. Mixture is an important class of matter as most of the matter in nature is found in the form of mixtures. In this class, students will be enabled to understand that there are various techniques by which components of mixture can be separated. Learning outcomes. After studying this chapter, students will be able to recall previous knowledge related to elements, compounds and mixtures, classify substances into elements, compounds and mixtures on the basis of their properties, perform activities to separate compounds of a mixture, explain the principle involved in using a particular technique in separating a mixture. Important terms and their definitions. Element. An element is a substance that cannot be split into simpler substances by a chemical means or a physical means. Compound. A compound is a substance that can be split into two or more substances by a chemical means. Mixture. A mixture is a substance containing more than one element or compound in any proportion. Symbol of an element. Symbol of an element signifies the name of the element and the atom of the element. Atom. Atom is the smallest part of an element that takes part in a chemical reaction. Introduction. Things around us like air, water and gold are all made of matter. The matter around us is of two types: pure substances and mixtures. The mixtures are impure substances.
What are pure substances? Pure substances are made up of same kind of atoms or molecules, particles, and have a definite set of properties. The composition of pure substances is uniform throughout the bulk. That is, they are homogeneous. For example, sulfur element is made up of only one kind of particles called sulfur atoms. Therefore, sulfur is a pure substance. Both elements and compounds are pure substances because they contain only one kind of particles. Elements like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, bromine, iodine, carbon, sulfur, iron, copper, silver, gold, mercury and silicon are pure substances. Compounds such as water, carbon dioxide, sodium chloride, sugar, copper sulfate, alum, aluminium potassium sulfate, calcium oxide, sodium hydroxide, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, potassium permanganate, camphor are pure substances. Matter. Pure substances. Only one substance is present and has no impurities. Elements. Elements cannot be divided into simpler substances. Compounds. These are made from elements chemically bonded together. Mixture. More than one substance present. Homogeneous mixture. Substances completely mixed. Mixture exists in one state or one phase. Heterogeneous mixtures. Substances separate one state or one phase spread throughout the other. What are impure substances? Impure substances are made up of two or more pure substances mixed together in any proportions. They do not have definite set of properties, but they retain the properties of constituent substances. The composition of impure substances is not uniform throughout the bulk, that is, they may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. For example, salt solution is a mixture of two pure substances, salt and water, and milk is a mixture of water, fat and proteins, etc. All the mixtures are impure substances: salt solution, sugar solution, milk, seawater, air, sugarcane juice, soft drinks, jaggery, gur, rocks, minerals, petroleum, tea, coffee, paint, wood, soil and bricks are all examples of mixtures. Add to your knowledge. The property which allows the metals to be hammered or beaten into thin sheets without breaking is called malleability. The property which allows the metals to be drawn or stretched into thin wires without breaking is called ductility. The property due to which non-metals break into pieces on hammering is called brittleness. Brittleness is the opposite of malleability and ductility. Elements. Some substances are found to contain only one kind of atoms or molecules. These substances are called elements. Elements are the limited number of basic substances from which millions of more substances are made. Atom of each element has a definite mass known as atomic mass. Copper metal is made of only one kind of atoms called copper atoms. So, copper metal is an element. Similarly, iron metal is made of only iron atoms. So, iron metal is also an element. Robert Boyle was the first scientist to use the term element in 1961. It is clear from the above discussion that an element is made of same kind of atoms. In other words, all the atoms of an element are identical. There are 115 elements known at present, out of which 92 elements occur in nature, while the remaining 23 elements have been prepared artificially. Every substance in this world is made of one or more of these elements. Hydrogen, helium, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, chlorine, bromine, iodine, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, aluminium, copper, silver, gold, zinc, iron, silicon, tin and mercury are some of the examples of elements. Diamond and graphite are also elements. They are the allotropic forms of carbon element. Each element is represented by a separate symbol. A. Sodium is an element. B. Diamond is a form of carbon element. C. Mercury is also an element. Figure 3.1. Some examples of metalloids. Classification of elements. All metals except mercury, which is a liquid, are solids at room temperature. Classification of elements. All metals except mercury, which is a liquid, are solids at room temperature. Metals are usually lustrous, ductile, malleable, and good conductors of heat and electricity. For example, sodium, Na, magnesium, Mg, calcium, Ca, copper, Cu, potassium, K, etc. Non-metals are generally liquid and gases at room temperature. They have dull surfaces and cannot easily be hammered into another shape. They are poor conductors of heat and electricity. For example, hydrogen gas H2, oxygen gas O2, nitrogen gas H2, sulfur solid S, carbon solid C, etc. Some elements are solids, some elements are liquids, whereas other elements are gases at the room temperature. For example, sodium and carbon elements are solids, mercury and bromine elements are liquids, whereas hydrogen and oxygen elements are gases at the room temperature. Most of the materials around us are made up by the combination of two or more elements. For example, names and symbols of elements. The names of elements are derived from various sources. For example, some derive their names from Greek, some from Latin, some from their regions of discovery, some from the names of famous scientists, and so on. The International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, IUPAC, has therefore allocated a unique chemical symbol for each element. These symbols are accepted, understood, and used by scientists all over the world. How elements got their symbols? The symbols of most of the elements correspond to the first letter of their English names. For example, the symbol of hydrogen is H and that of carbon is C. When more than one element has the same initial letter in their names, for example, carbon, calcium, chlorine, and chromium, then the symbols have two letters. For example, the symbol of carbon is C, symbol of calcium is Ca, the symbol of chlorine is Cl, and the symbol of chromium is Cr. Similarly, The symbol of manganese is Mn, whereas symbol of magnesium is Mg. While writing these symbols, the first letter is always capital and the second is small. The symbols of some elements are derived from their original Latin names. For example, the Latin name of iron is ferrum, so its symbol is Fe. Similarly, the Latin name of gold is aurum, so its symbol is Au. In 1808, John Dalton, a scientist, tried to name the various elements based on these pictorial symbols. Some of Dalton's symbols are shown in figure 3.2 on the previous page. The use of these symbols was discarded by Berzelius, and he introduced the modern system of representing an atom of an element. Significance of the symbol of an element. Symbol of an element signifies name of the element, one atom of the element, a definite mass, atomic mass of the element. For example, the symbol C for carbon denotes the name of the element carbon, one atom of carbon, a definite mass of carbon, that is 12 atomic unit, 12 AMU. Formulae of elements. A molecule of a noble gas, example helium, He, neon, Ne, or argon, Ar, contains only one atom of the element. Hence, the molecules of these elements are represented as He, Ne, and Ar. These gases are said to be monoatomic. However, a molecule of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, or chlorine contains two atoms of the element. They are diatomic and are represented as H2, N2, O2, and Cl2 respectively. A common example of a triatomic gas is ozone, O3. Atomicity. The number of atoms contained in a molecule of an element is called its atomicity. The atomicity of phosphorus is 4, P4, and that of sulfur is 8, S8. Formation of elements. How the elements are formed. Let's perform an activity. Compounds. A compound is a pure substance formed by the two or more elements chemically combined in a fixed ratio by mass. For example, water, H2O, is a compound formed by two elements, hydrogen and oxygen, chemically combined in a fixed ratio of 1:8 by mass. Similarly, common salt, sodium chloride, NaCl, is a compound formed by two elements, sodium and chloride. Ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, is a compound formed by three elements, nitrogen, hydrogen, and chlorine. There are some exceptions like H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, in which the numeral subscripts are not divided by the common factor. Characteristics of compounds. 1. Compounds are homogeneous in nature. 2. They cannot be broken into their constituent elements by physical means. 3. The physical and chemical properties of a compound are different from those of its constituent elements. 4. Energy is absorbed or liberated during the formation of a compound. 5. They have a fixed composition and a definite melting and boiling point. Compounds can be further divided into three classes: acids, bases, and salts on the basis of their properties. For example, sulfuric acid is an acid, sodium hydroxide is a base, whereas sodium sulfate is a salt. Formula of compounds. The formula of a compound formed by two elements is obtained by transposing their valencies. Suppose an element A has a valency Y and element B has a valency X, then the compound formed between A and B will have the formula AX By. The subscripts should be divided by a common factor if any. Variable valency. In some elements the valencies vary. Such elements are said to have variable valency. For example, iron has a variable valency of 2 as in FeCl2 and 3 as in FeCl3. To distinguish between them, FeCl2 is named iron second chloride and FeCl3 is named iron third chloride. This method of naming a compound is adopted if it contains an element with variable valency. Hence, knowing the valencies, we can write the formulae of the corresponding compounds. Copper first chloride Cu1Cl1 implies CuCl. Copper second chloride Cu2Cl1 implies CuCl2. Iron second oxide, iron third oxide. Atoms. By the experiments of Sir J.J. Thomson, Lord Rutherford, James Chadwick and others, it was proved that atoms are made up of still smaller particles, electrons, protons and neutrons. They are called subatomic or fundamental particles. The electron. An electron carries a negative electric charge, which is considered as the unit of negative change. It is extremely light, 1,800 times lighter than the lightest of all atoms. Therefore, its mass is negligible. The proton. A proton carries a positive electrical change, which is taken as the unit of positive change. Its mass is the same as that of a hydrogen atom, that is 1 AMU. The neutron. A neutron carries no electrical charge. In other words, it is electrically neutral. So the name neutron. Its mass is almost the same as that of a proton, that is 1 AMU, the atomic mass unit. An atom is so light that one cannot weigh it on a balance. Scientists use the mass of the hydrogen atom as the standard for measuring the masses of other atoms. According to this scale, the mass of the hydrogen atom is 1 atomic mass unit, AMU. Isotopes. Some elements have atoms with different mass numbers. For example, chlorine, atomic number 17, has two types of atoms with mass number 35, 35Cl, and 37, 37Cl. Such atoms are called isotopes. Ions. Electrically charged atoms are called ions. Positive ions are known as cations and negative ions are known as anions. Radicals. Ions are also called radicals. Na+, K+, Ca2+, etc. are positive radicals, whereas Cl-, O2-, S2-, etc. are negative radicals. There are certain groups of atoms that behave like single atoms. They have a valency and usually remain intact in a chemical reaction. They are called compound radicals. Such radicals also carry positive or negative charges. The formulae of compounds containing radicals can also be written by transposing the valencies and dividing them by a common factor if any. For example, the compound formed by Cu2+ and CO3 2- is CuCO3 and not Cu2, CO3 2. Here valencies 2 have been divided by the common factor 2. Organic and inorganic compounds. In the olden days, the compounds obtained from living organisms, plants and animals were called organic components. For example, all carbon compounds except CO, CO2, carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. The compounds obtained from minerals were called inorganic compounds. For example, iron carbon compounds plus CO, CO2, carbonates and hydrogen. Mixtures. A mixture is formed when two or more substances are combined together in any proportion, such that they retain their individual properties and can be separated by physical means. For example, air is a mixture of gases like oxygen, nitrogen, argon, carbon dioxide, and water vapor, etc. All mixtures are impure substances as they are formed by the physical combination of two or more substances. The various substances present in a mixture are known as constituents of the mixture or components of the mixture. Air, gunpowder, brass, salt solution, sugar solution, milk, seawater, ink, kerosene oil, petrol, petroleum, lime water, paint, glass, coal, soil, wood, blood, starch solution, soap solution are some of the examples of matter. Difference between mixtures and compounds. Add to your knowledge. In order to find out whether a given substance is a mixture or compound, we should remember that if the substance can be separated into its constituents by physical method, it is a mixture. If the substance cannot be separated into its constituents by physical method, it is a compound. If the substance shows the properties of its constituents, it is a mixture. If the properties of the substance are entirely different from those of its constituents, it is a compound. If no heat or light etc. is given out or absorbed during the preparation of the substance, it is a mixture. If heat or light etc. is given out or absorbed during the preparation of the substance, it is a compound. If the composition of the substance is variable, it is a mixture. If the composition of the substance is fixed, it is a compound. If the substance does not have a fixed melting point, boiling point, etc., it is a mixture. If the substance has a fixed melting point, boiling point, etc., it is a compound. Types of mixtures. All mixtures can be classified as follows. Mixtures: homogeneous, heterogeneous. 1. Homogeneous mixtures. Those mixtures in which the two or more substances that form the mixture are evenly distributed throughout the mixture. It has no visible boundaries of separation between the various constituents. For example, a mixture of alcohol and water is a homogeneous mixture. Unpolluted air is a homogeneous mixture of gases. All the homogeneous mixtures are called solutions. 2. Heterogeneous mixtures. Those mixtures in which two or more substances that form the mixture are not evenly distributed throughout the mixture is called heterogeneous mixture. It has visible boundaries of separation between the various constituents. The mixture of sugar and sand is a heterogeneous mixture because different parts of this mixture will have more of sugar particles, whereas other parts will have more of sand particles. All the suspensions and colloids are heterogeneous mixtures. Characteristics of mixtures. 1. A mixture is made up of two or more constituents which can be separated by physical methods like filtration, sublimation, evaporation, etc. 2. The properties of a mixture depend upon the properties of its constituents. 3. During the formation of a mixture, no energy is liberated or absorbed. 4. They do not have definite melting or boiling points. 5. They have a variable composition. Solutions. A special type of homogeneous mixture in which one substance, solute, is dissolved in another substance, solvent. For example, salt water is salt dissolved in water in such a way that the salt no longer exists as salt particles within the water. Most of the mixtures are heterogeneous. Only solutions and alloys are homogeneous mixtures. Suspension. A suspension is an example of heterogeneous mixture. It is formed when an insoluble solid is added to a solvent. In a suspension, the particles of the insoluble solid stay in big clusters that can be seen with the naked eye. Chalk powder dissolved in water forms a suspension. Emulsion. An emulsion is also an example of heterogeneous mixture. It is formed when one liquid is dispersed as tiny droplets throughout another liquid. Mixture of oil and water, milk and emulsion paints are common examples of emulsions. Types of mixtures on the basis of state. Solid-solid state. Metal alloys are the solutions of solid-solid state. Example, brass in a solution of zinc in copper. Solid-liquid state. Sugar solution and salt solution are the solutions of solid-liquid state. Liquid-liquid state. Vinegar is a solution of ethanoic acid in water. Separation techniques of mixtures. All methods or techniques used for separation of mixtures are based on the important physical properties of the constituents of the mixtures. Different mixtures are separated by using different physical processes. The various physical processes which are commonly used to separate the constituents of mixtures are evaporation, chromatography, distillation, separating funnel, sublimation, fractional distillation, etc. Out of these separating techniques, some of them are explained here under 1. Separation of mixture by evaporation technique. Evaporation involves heating the mixture so that the liquid evaporates, leaving behind the solid solute. Evaporation is used to separate a solid substance that has dissolved in water. 2. Separation of mixtures by distillation technique. In this technique, the solution is heated in a round-bottomed distillation flask so that the liquid evaporates. A special apparatus called Liebig's condenser is fitted to the flask. Cold water is passed through the condenser which cools the vapors. Distilled water used in laboratories is prepared by this method. 3. Separation of mixtures by a separating funnel technique. In a mixture containing invisible liquids, the lighter liquid will float on top of the heavier liquid. Here, the components are separated by using a separating funnel. A separating funnel consists of a glass bulb. At the stem of the glass bulb is a stopcock to control the flow of liquid through it. A mixture of oil and water can be separated using a separator. 4. Separation of mixtures by sublimation technique. This method or technique of separation of a mixture of solids can be used if one of the constituents of the mixture sublimes, that is, on heating it changes directly to gaseous state without passing through the liquid state. 5. Separation of mixtures by fractional distillation technique. The technique of fractional distillation works on the principle that in a mixture, the liquids have an appreciable difference in their boiling points. In this method, a fractionating column is fitted to a distillation flask. When a mixture of two liquids is heated in the distillation flask, the liquid with the lower boiling point will boil first. Vapors of this liquid reach the top of the column, get condensed in the condenser, and are collected in the flask placed at the other end of the condenser. The liquid with the higher boiling point vaporizes later, once the liquid with the lower boiling point has been distilled. Chromatography as a separation technique. Chromatography is a technique of separation of the constituents of a small quantity of a mixture of substances that dissolve in the same liquid. This technique is used specially to separate the constituents of a mixture like color dyes present in an ink. A special paper called chromatographic paper is used for the purpose. This technique works on the principle of different rate of absorption by this paper. Paper chromatography. In paper chromatography, a technique is used to separate colored dyes from a given ink. The solvent is water and absorbing material is filter paper. Procedure. First of all, take 10 to 15 cm long rectangular strip of filter paper. Now, from one end of the filter paper, draw 3-4 cm long line. In the center of the line, put a spot of ink and wait to dry the ink spot. Now hang the filter paper in such a way that the end nearer to the ink spot touches the water. After some time, the water will rise via the filter paper and comes in the contact with the ink spot. It dissolves the constituents of the mixture and carries them to different distances along the paper. Now, as the solvent dries out, different batches of color appear at different intervals depending on the rates of absorption. Fast track. Chapter at a glance. An element is a substance that cannot be split into simpler substances by a chemical means or physical means. A compound is a substance that can be split into two or more substances by a chemical means. A mixture is a substance containing more than one element or compound in any proportion. An atom of an element cannot be created nor destroyed. Atoms are made up of electrons, protons, and neutrons. The atoms of an element with different mass numbers are called isotopes. Ions are also called radicals. There are various techniques to separate mixtures.
Chapter 4 Atomic